you. Good night.
Ed was just honored with our Tape of the Year award. We were supposed to give him a Baby Red Spotlight as their prize, but unfortunately somebody stole the Baby Red Spotlight. So instead, a Baby White Spotlight in honor of their achievement as the tape-recorded tape artist of the year, Ed's Redeeming Qualities. Let's have a hand. Please come back at 9:30 if you'd like to see Ed perform the second set. Now, the host of our show, both literally and figuratively. Let's have some questions from the audience first, all right? Is there anything you'd like to add? What time is it? Oh, it's only about midnight. Don't worry. You'll get to see a whole set by the Boogaloo Swamis after we interview Ed's. Like, this is a surprise, impromptu, last-minute type.
Well, get on with it!
All right. Hey. Yeah. All right, Michael, can you help me with this? I'm feeding back. How about if I unplug the monitor?
That's it.
It's not the monitor.
Come on, Francis.
Jeffrey, why don't you ask Ed's Redeeming Qualities a question? Something you've been burning and itching to ask them, like hemorrhoids.
What would you know about hemorrhoids? Anyways, because I have them. Anyways, I was wondering, how did you guys all get together? That's the first basic question I'd like to ask.
Well, I'm glad you asked. Asked that question. Nino used to live next door to me in our trailer park in New Hampshire. Wow. And we used to barbecue chicken, and we got together, and we were barbecuing.
Why did you get
Why?
Why did you get together?
So that one day we could be at the Middle East Cafe standing on the stage in between Boogaloo Swami sets.
What do you want to do with
when I grow
music?
up?
No, with the music that you're doing. Who do you want to reach besides the millions? And why do you play music? That's what I want to know. Well, I want to know that for myself, anyways. I mean, I'd like to know why you guys play music.
Because Zoo on.
eat so much chicken.
You can only eat so much chicken.
Nino says you can only eat so much chicken.
Speak for yourself, Nino. I never get enough. Chicken.
So, how do you guys fare these days? I mean, what's all? I don't know.
Nino had chicken today, and I had it yesterday. And we're playing a lot in our band, and that's our goal, is to be rock stars and play all the time.
That's great, and I think you will definitely become rock stars. What do you think about your success this year? You had a good year this year.
What Jeffrey means
things.
is they had a
Success is
good year
good.
in 1988.
We're in favor of success.
Success? Where did I learn? Well, Carrie taught me how. I'm still learning, obviously. My dad taught me how to play some calypso songs, and then Carrie taught me how to play rock and roll.
Can you play a calypso song now for us? Can you sing one? Come on, this is an interview.
I have one more question. I have a brilliant question. Where did lawn dart? Where does lawn dart come from? I mean, I know it's like on your shelves at the Kmart and everything. And is that a true story? Is that a true story, or is that something that you read in the Inquirer or something?
The original inspiration just comes from the line "Pegged in the Head," because I read it in a newspaper, and it was talking about Sears actually, that they had taken lawn darts off the shelves, and the headline for the article was "Girl was pegged in the head with a lawn dart."
Now, how did that strike you? Did that strike you as
It was the Foster's Democrat, New Hampshire paper.
Would that strike you as funny, or did that strike you as very serious?
No, of course it's not funny, you know, the little kids get hit in the head.
Right.
But I just
Did
know
these people die? Did they die, or did like this person died and got pegged in the head with a lawn dart?
some of them.
Oh, so this was like they were doing a
I just
survey.
thought it was a weird way to headline the article.
How many got pegged in the head?
How many?
I'm gonna get pegged. Untold numbers.
I saw it on TV.
Yeah, I know. We had the song out way before 60 Minutes, so like we're not jumping on a bandwagon.
And Carrie, do you work with a boy that actually ingests?
The boy I work with.
I have a fascination with pigeons myself because I like exploding pigeons. I think that's a.
Like it?
I'm a little sick in that regard, so I hate pigeons, and I read this article.
J-Gag, ask the question.
No. But where does that come from? The boy you work with, have you worked with a boy like that, obviously, or not?
Yes, Jeff, I have. As a matter of fact.
And you don't live with him now, though?
No, I don't. That part's fiction. But
Okay.
I worked with a guy who, like, we worked in this restaurant on the harbor, and we went out for a break one day, and we just were sitting out back, and it's on the water, like lots of pigeons sitting around. And honest to God, told me those very stories about these animals he'd killed in his life.
And you believed it?
No,
I
it was.
believed it. That was the point. I said, he told me about he poisoned the rats, and he killed the pigeon with his bare hands, literally. And he, as a kid, he grew up on the seacoast and poisoned these seagulls with Alka-Seltzer. And all of a sudden I said to him, why are you telling me these things? And he sort of shrugged and, he didn't know why. But it occurred to me that he was telling me these things because it was a way of flirting, which I thought was really weird. Kind of like, look at this power I had, and it was like this like really crazy way of impressing me. So then I went home and I thought about it, and I thought, well, maybe a different person would be, attracted to that. And like move in with the guy. And sort of assume that they'd be cared for the rest of their life. That's the story.
So you didn't go out with them?
No.
Thank God. Any more questions?
Yes, any more questions? Oh, wait a minute. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But we've got to get this interview because this interview is going to go to press on Friday and it's going to be published a week later.
Where?
In the Noise. And well,
Oh, big fucking shit, man. All right, the noise.
you know, But
Do you pattern yourself after the thugs?
do you pattern yourselves after the thugs? Nino?
I'm the only fan of the folks here in the group.
Never heard of them.
But,
What?
Who are they?
Well, the Fugs, they did that brilliant
Ed Sanders'
song,
big-
fucking A-Man, CIA Man.
Come on, keep the mic to, so, what strikes you about the Thugs? Because I've never listened to them myself.
Fugs, the Fugs.
Not the Thugs. I mean, you're the only guy that listens to that. Have they influenced the way, what you do now with engineering qualities?
No, not at all, man. They were like real political, and the only similarities is like when they started out, they couldn't play any instruments.
Right.
But they were sort of like a jug band type thing. They did a lot of political stuff in the '60s.
Yeah, boobs a
I
lot.
think they're making a comeback. I see their name around lately.
Do you have
Allen
do you want
Ginsberg
to
did a lot of
influence people
stuff like that.
politically at all?
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, but I don't know how. You know, so we do this kind of stuff.
Right. So, all right, that's very good.
We'd like each of Ed's redeeming qualities to tell us in 20 words or less the stories of their lives. No, obviously that's impossible. But each of you in turn, identify yourselves, give your names, where you're from, and a brief biographical sketch of yourselves, starting with.
My name is Dan.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Youngstown.
How old are you?
I'm 25 years old.
From Youngstown, Ohio.
I'm from Ohio originally, and
What brings you this
I've been living up here for 3 years, but I don't live in Boston. I live in Kittery, Maine.
Why?
I'm not sure, but I went to UNH to get
Man, tell them, don't be embarrassed.
I went to UNH to get a master's degree in ukulele playing and fiction writing. And I write right now. You can read a story of mine in this week's Boston Phoenix. It's called "Waiting for the Landlord," and it's in the special fiction section. That's what I do. And I review cheap restaurants in New Hampshire.
What's your ambition?
My ambition is to be a rock star and not a writer.
That was beautiful. Nino.
Let's see. Would you start out with?
Nino, a lot of people are curious as to.
I'm 42. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 42. And Elvis Presley.
What's your last name, Nino?
Pirata. Nino.
Where are you from?
N-E-E-N-O.
Close to Youngstown, Ohio, around in that area. I was a coal miner for a lot of years. And then,
Hey, so is my grandma.
and yeah, let's get the boo-boos.
No, wait, we gotta finish this stuff. We're only halfway through. Nino, tell us more about yourself. What are your musical influences, Nino?
My musical influences?
You like the Fugs?
Well, yeah, I used to, you know.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have too many musical influences. What?
He wants to know what your attitude is towards.
Hallucinogenic drugs?
Hallucinogenic.
I'm a fan of hallucinogenic drugs. I mean, you know, I'll admit that. Yeah.
Carrie, please. Tell us more about yourself.
Just don't overdo it.
Where you're from.
My name is Carrie. I spent the first half of my life in upstate New York in Guilderland.
Upstate New York, yeah!
Guilderland, outside Albany, next to Voorheesville, Altamont, that neighborhood. The second half in Minneapolis, Minnesota, also a very nice town. I went
What
to...
are you doing there?
In Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Well, like I lived with my parents and went to high school for 3 years, and then for 2 years I waited on tables and tried to write fiction, which is what I was doing when I met Dan, Dom, and Nino. I went to the University of New Hampshire to do the same thing, fiction masters, and what else?
It's not easy.
Right
to
now I
write
have a
fiction.
job typing labels for an industrial gases company. Tomorrow that'll change.
How much you make?
$650 before taxes.
Before we get to Dom, where do you guys live anyway? Where do you live now, Dan?
Kittery, Maine, he told you.
Dan lives in Kittery, Maine, and Nino lives in Durham, New Hampshire. Let's have a big hand for these guys. They came all the way from Maine and New Hampshire. And Harry, where do you live?
Kittery.
Kittery, Maine. Dom.
Kittery, Maine.
Augusta. Dom, tell us more about yourself, please. Now, hold on a second
My
here.
name is Dom. I'm also from Youngstown, Ohio. And let's see, and I live in Kittery, Maine.
How old are you?
I sell magazines. Which one? Oh, I wait tables. You know, $4.50.
Okay. Here's a question. Why are you guys so great and why are we so poor and humble?
Yeah.
Well, no, let me put that another way. We guys never tried. How is it that you guys can, like, tap into... yeah, how can you tap into... Whereas, we're too sick, you know. We're sick puppies here. And we just can't do it. No. I guess what I wanted to ask you. Now listen, the interviewer has 0.15 alcohol, you know, blood alcohol in him, you know. So you gotta help him out a little. All right. Where do you guys get your sick, weird, but beautiful and brilliant and great head? What a dumb question.
Come on, where do you get it from?
I don't know if anyone who's here now saw the show tonight, but you could ask them why they like it. Because we often don't.
All right. Why do you guys like Ed's redeeming qualities?
Because they're sick. So many redeeming qualities.
Because they have. That there's nobody else to write about long fried accidents. Okay, now here's the real biographical stuff that I was hoping to get into before this incredible debacle developed. When did you guys first start playing out? I understand it was at Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And exactly when was that?
9 months ago.
9
Our
months
first
ago.
the first time anyone invited us to play was probably April or May of last year. Before that, we were inviting ourselves to open mic nights with, you know, this kind of reaction.
With this kind of action here, yeah. I understand. I've been there.
Is that true? The first time we were invited to play.
I should mention, they used to play the 1369 all the time, and they were indescribably great, and we're so honored to have them back here at the Middle East. You know, we're practically puking in gratitude, but no, seriously. Okay, would you like to give us like some idea of what types of songs influenced you? I'm looking at Carrie. What kind of music do you guys listen to? I mean, okay, like the standard stupid thing is to say, geez, you guys must have listened to an awful lot of
Guns N' Roses. Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, obviously we're too sophisticated for that. What kind of stuff do you guys listen to when you're like just sitting around the pad and exchanging reminiscences about your musical past? I mean,
Hank Williams.
Hank Williams. Well,
Junior.
you can't get much better than Hank Williams. Or who else?
We listened to the Boogaloo Swamis.
Boogaloo Swamis was the last record I listened to before tonight.
I like them.
And
Oh, you should.
also like Harry Belafonte.
Yeah! All right. Can you do Deo?
No,
Oh, man.
but I like that song a lot.
It
I
is a
like
good
the
song.
album a lot.
Well, now, that's a cool prejudiced statement because Deo is the only song most people know of Harry Belafonte. So Harry Belafonte has had a great many great albums.
Do it, Francis.
No, I can't do it.
Come on, do it. Done yet?
Okay, I believe it.
I hope you believe me. I can't do Deo, but I don't want to. Because this is Ed's night. You might not have been here earlier, but Ed was given our Tape of the Year award at. So, yeah. I'm sorry, Carrie. Boy, I really gotta get this interview on track before it's too late. It's already too late. All right, let's have some more questions from the audience.
Let's not.
Questions, anybody? What did you always want to know? Shots, my place after the show. All the shots you
Dom
want.
talk. Does Dom talk?
All right.
Question from the audience. Does Dom talk?
Question.
Dom, you want to field that one?
Ask me a direct question. What do you want to know? I talk a lot.
No, we gotta
Dom
know.
runs off
Okay,
the mouth all
what
the
was the
time.
date of your first gig and where?
April 22nd.
In 1988.
True Blue Cafe, Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
We don't
I'll
remember.
just talk.
We don't remember.
They
No,
don't
seriously, I don't know the date. The first thing we did was a radio show at WUNH.
Which was called?
I don't know. Mixed bag. Rock and Jake's Mixed Bag. And we played for 2 hours and did some radio skits, and we made up and read some stories and poems and stuff.
Can you read a poem for us?
No.
Wait a minute. Ed's has, they have a lot of great songs which are like poems except with music. Did you know that poetry started out? That's a hard question to answer.
Francis does. No,
We all write are true.
we all write different ones. Dom and Carrie write the best ones, and Nino and me. No, we all write them all. I mean, we all write different ones. We don't all write them together. We each write songs.
Dan, for history, what songs did you write?
I wrote the song Bob, and I wrote that song when I was in high school. It was the first song I ever wrote before I knew how to play anything, and it was for my brother's New Wave band. This was back in '79, '80.
Did you know a fellow named Bob?
Nope.
I have a cousin, Bob. He's my best friend in all the world, and every time I hear that song, I think
I wrote
about
some
him.
other songs. I wrote New Distributor Cap,
Brilliant song.
and I wrote Balloon Out of You. And
Can you do it a cappella?
nope. I think
Nino.
out of time here, Francis.
No, not yet. Nino, which songs did you write?
Do an exit?
Hey, listen, this is an interview. What do you think this is, a zoo? It's not a zoo. I mean, you do a song called It's a Zoo, but this is not a zoo. We're actually trying to do an
Swamis,
interview here.
Swamis,
Yeah.
Swamis.
We'll get back here, but let's finish this, okay? All right, Nino, please tell us the names of the songs that you wrote.
I wrote hundreds of songs, but the ones we do, Lawyers and Truckers, Lawn Darts, the one I sang, No Small Change, one called She's Too Pretty, and that's about all we do of mine. There's more to, they're on their way though.
And they're great songs. Carrie, please tell us about your songs.
I write the filler stuff.
Don't listen to her. She's lying. Which ones, Carrie?
Well, Boy Work with, Monkey Life, Good Joe, Alan. Not too many to play to, but.
You wrote Alan? Alan? What a wonderful song.
Let's hear it.
More bad times.
Wait a minute. Repeat those, please, because they're coming back. We'll go over.
For 5 minutes? Come on.
Sakes, you're not missing anything, for Christ's sake. What do you think this?